All right, we got a 9-gamer, 10-7 for SGA. Mr. Chet. Is Chet playing? Chet is playing. Mr. Chet is going to take some fantasy points away from from SGA. SGA is a good play. It's a good matchup, but Chet getting his rhythm back is going to take enough away from SGA that I don't want to pay 10-7 for him. I'd rather get to Cunningham. Detroit is a legit good team. Maybe if the media is not gonna praise them and acknowledge what they are right now, they've turned that corner and they're now a good team. They just put Boston in the blender. They just won like 8 or 9 in a row. Cade Cunningham, healthy, menace on the court. They have a defensive mindset. Fire up Cade Cunningham, because if Detroit's gonna win, it's gonna have to be on the back of Cunningham. Trae Young is an okay play, tough matchup. He's been better, but he's still unreliable. I'm not going to let a few good games sway me. I know what he is. 37 and 30 is unacceptable at 9.3K. You're looking for the 52. Going up against OKC. He can get there. He is Trae Young, but he's been very inconsistent this season, and that's not good for fantasy. We can't trust our bench players anymore. It doesn't help if we can't trust our starters, especially our starting point guards that are about 9K. Brunson, his cat back. We'll see what's going on with Cat. I like Brunson better without Cat. Cat is in. Brunson's still okay play, but I prefer Cat to be out. Booker's in play. Let's see what's going on with Bill shortly. Heroes in play. I don't need Scotty Barnes. I'm done with that. 8.6K. Floor is low. Ceiling is decent. Not nothing crazy, especially with Barrett and Quickly on the floor. I don't need Barnes. If he goes off for 90 fantasy points, then he goes off for 90 fantasy points. But he's just somebody that I don't want to play. Halliburton, another inconsistent guy. High ceiling, low floor. 57, 52, 67. If we chase that, what happens? 25 fantasy points. He's in play. Just got to clinch ass cheeks together and hope that he shows up to work. Donovan Mitchell, I'm done with Cleveland. Maybe this is the game to play Mitchell and Mobley. A nice, close, competitive game. But if they get the lead, they get benched. He's not going to put up no gaudy numbers. Last 5 games, nothing over 50. Barely over 45 fantasy points. Like I said, if you're going to play him, tonight's the night to play him against Boston. But I'm over Mitchell. Morant's an okay play against the Knicks. Giddy's been very good lately. Since Levine's been gone, he's been consistent. He's been getting the minutes. Got to keep playing him. I don't see any reason why we're not going to play him. We're just going to play him. Quickly's an okay play. Barnes takes away a little bit from him. You prefer Barnes to be out. McCollum is ass cheeks. Straight ass cheeks. I'm done with him. The rest of the season, I don't give a fuck what's happening. This 25, 27, 28. No wonder Portland got you out of there. He's trash. For fantasy purposes, he's too expensive. I can't do it. Simons is more consistent. Give me Simons. Give me Derek White. Give me Dyson Daniels. But get McCollum the fuck out of here. Alvarado off the bench. He projects well, but then when the game starts, he's not getting the minutes that he projects for. He projects for 29 minutes. He's playing 20 minutes. He just happened to play very well last game. Don't let that fool you. Be very careful. Projections are very misleading, especially the free projections. The data is not so up to date. I'm just letting y'all know. Another example of that is Grayson Allen. What happened to Grayson Allen last night? Projected for what? 24, 25 minutes, 26, 27 fantasy points. Ended up with like 15 minutes, like 5 fantasy points. It's rough out here. It's really rough out here. You know what I'm saying? Westbrook's an okay play. The thing with Westbrook is you're gonna need him to do a lot in a little bit. He's not guaranteed 30 minutes. You got 25 minutes, you got 27 fantasy points. The game before that, you got 23 minutes, 16 fantasy points. 23 and 16 will kill you. 25 and 27 will keep you afloat. You see, that's what I'm saying. You can play the same player at the same price and get way different results. It doesn't matter about matchup. It is what it is. This is the world we live in right now. Pritchard's an okay play. Scoot Henderson, you need him to come off the bench and get hot. Keon Johnson, he's an okay play. He has no ceiling. 22, 25, 30, 29, 35. Where's the ceiling? No ceiling. But he's only 5K. I guess if he's your last man in, not the end of the world. Ty Jerome, another guy, if you want to be cute, you could throw him in. He could give you a lot in a little bit, but, who knows? Drew Holiday, if Holiday is out, Pritchard looks better. Derek White looks better. Rozier, no thank you. Lonzo, I think he had like one good game all week. That was yesterday, the last game. 6 for 10. He played 28 minutes. I don't think he's gonna shoot 6 for 10 again, but like I say, you never know. Nemhard, you got to take shots on these guys. I can't call it. Everything is so unpredictable. Minutes, rotations. You just can't call it anymore. If anybody's gonna pretend to call it, they're lying to you. It's very unpredictable. That's the way they wanted it. They succeeded. They win. You know what I'm saying? You gotta play the person you think is in the best position, and hope that they get the minutes that they're supposed to be playing, and pray for the best. That's all this is now. Anything else is a lie. If I tell you Nemhard is gonna play 30 minutes, that's what he's supposed to play. 27, 28, still hasn't hit value. Not even coming close to value, right? So you'll look at this. For example, you'll look at Nemhard. Oh, he played 27 minutes. He did nothing. He played 28 minutes. He did nothing. I'm fading him tonight, right? Game starts. He plays 31 minutes and has 40 fantasy points. Then what are you going to say? Oh, I wish I would have played Nemhard. No, you were right not to play him. But this is what I'm saying. It's a guessing game now with some of these pieces, especially these fourth and fifth options on these teams, bench players. It's a guessing game. You don't know what they're going to do. I'm pretty sure if you looked at a projection for Nemhard, it would say 4,600. It would say 28 minutes and 22 fantasy points. That's probably what it would say off the top of my head. And then he'll go out there and play 30 minutes to give you 10 fantasy points, and then you'll be confused. This is what it is now. Davion Mitchell, 4,500. If he's the last man in, fine. Killian Hayes, if he started for some reason, he played 34 minutes, 33 fantasy points. I never thought Killian Hayes was awful when he was on Detroit. He gets a lot of hate online, but he's never been god awful. We know a lot more awful players. If he starts again at 4,300, he's gonna play. The rest of these guys, I'm not gonna be touching. Let's go to shooting guard. Booker's in play. We'll see what's going on with Jaylen Brown, Trey Murphy. I'm gonna get a little bit light on Murphy while Zion is around, because you're paying top dollar for Trey Murphy and you're getting 28 fantasy points or 31 fantasy points. The 43 is nothing special neither. He's getting a lot of shots up though. He's getting a lot of shots up. Zion's gonna take away from his rebounding opportunities and his assist opportunities. When you're paying 8K for someone, you want him to get all the opportunities they can. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm going to start easing up off of Trey Murphy. Not that he's a bad play, but Zion eats a lot of his dinner. You feel me? Murray, here's another one. Very inconsistent. You don't know which one you're going to get. 77 and 33 fantasy points don't math. He took 20 shots. That's great, but 33 fantasy points is nothing spectacular. 7,728 fantasy points is going to kill your lineup. We're in a new world now, so these 28, 30 fantasy points ain't going to do much for us. Barrett, you could take a shot, scoring dependent. We'll see what's going on with Bane. If there's no Bane, Triple J and Morant get bumps. Whoever starts for him get a bump. Wells gets a little bump. We'll see what's going on with Beal. He opens up Bowl supposedly. Grayson Allen will be in play again, even though he had an awful game last night. But this is just the way you have to play. When people have bad games, you got to go right back to them. Because if somebody have a bad game and you fade them, the next game they go crazy, you're gonna be sitting there trying to jump out a window. So you got to go right back to them. Cam Thomas, I don't know what he's supposed to do. I don't know how many minutes he's supposed to play. Hamstring cleared to play. Well, I'm gonna need some information, and I need to hear that he's a full go before I play him at 6,600. Kobe White's very mid. He's an okay play. Mikal Bridges looks better if there's no Cat. Kamara's in play. Giddey looks better if there's no DeSumno. Kobe White looks a touch better if there's no DeSumno. Braun, if you're desperate. Sharp's in play. Beasley's in play. LeVert's in play. Zaire Williams is in play. Ludort is cheeks. I'm not really interested in Grady Dick at 4,500 unless he starts, and I'm still not going to be really interested on him. His ceiling is very low. But at 4K, if you gave me 24 fantasy points, I'd be okay with it. The rest of these guys won't be in my lineups. All right, let's go to small forward. Tatum and play. If Zion is out, that unlocks Trey Murphy. Josh Hart, will keep an eye on him. Jalen Williams is an okay play. Nothing spectacular. His ceiling is going to be very mid with Chet and SJ on the floor. So, kind of spicy with that price. Wiggins, we'll keep an eye on him. Avdia, we know about him. Not finishing the game. I think I'm going to pass on Avdia. Cam Johnson, if you're desperate. Porter, if you're desperate. What has Mathurin been doing? 21, 19, 24 minutes. Hasn't hit value either time. We'll keep an eye on Royce O'Neal if there's no Booker. Hunter, if he's your last man in. But I'm not feeling Hunter on Cleveland. I don't even want to play the Cleveland starters. Furthermore, bench piece. Richard Sher, if you're desperate. Gorgie Yang is in play. What did Bruce Brown do? 29 minutes. That was a couple games. That wasn't last night. Bruce Brown's in play. I prefer Zion to be out. No Tim Hardaway for me. Vince Williams, if there's no Bane, he gets a bump. Hauser, if there's no Brown. Let's give G.G. Jackson a little bump if there's no Bane. And Dalen Terry, nah. Not chasing him. If there's no DeSumno, maybe Dalen Terry gets a little bit of a bump, but that's if you're playing a lot of lineups. Not playing Dalen Terry in my main lineup. All right, we're about to go to power forward in about 20 seconds. If you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you taking time to watch my video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Hit the bell, thumbs up the video. Struggling to cash. Don't have time to wait for starter lineups. Don't have time to wait for last minute news. You want me to help you? You want me to send you my finalized, optimal, updated lineups right before lock? Check out the Patreon link in the description. Check out the channel memberships right here on YouTube. Super chats are open. Everything else is in the description. Let's go to power forward. Let's wrap this baby up. Durant 9-1. He's an okay play. Durant's been okay. Nothing special. 9.1K. He's priced correctly. Mobley has been spectacular. A lot better than Bam. Him being $100 more than Bam Adebayo is disrespectful. Bam is cheeks. Siakam, if you're desperate. Holmgren is in play. Achua, if there's no heart. Michael Porter's in play. What did he do last game? 33 fantasy points. Okay. OG, if there's no cat. Tobias Harris is in play. Jeremy Grant is cheeks. Aaron Gordon's in play. Aldama's in play. Gets a bump if there's no Bane. Osor Thompson's in play. Bowl is in play if he starts again. Kelly Olynyk, if he starts and there's no Zion, he's absolutely in play. Buzelis is in play. I don't need Horford. Horford is not the worst player in the world, but I don't want to play Horford. Matkovich, Watford, Agbaji are in play. Obi Toppin if you're desperate. Brandon Clark if you're desperate. All right, let's go to center. Let's wrap this up. Find value play Jokic. Towns is pretty inexpensive if he can go. If he can go, he's absolutely in play. Not interested in Porzingis. Not interested in Vooch. Durant is in play. Turner, you could take a shot. Not really interested in Pirtle either. I don't mind it. I don't mind Pirtle if he's a full go. Jared Allen if you're desperate. Ware if there's no Bam. Claxton if you're desperate. Okongu's in play. Collins if there's no Vooch. They be dicking around with Klingen's minutes. They do everything in their power not to play certain guys, but I'm not even gonna get into that right now. Whatever. They can do what they want to do. Missy's supposed to be a good play at 4,700. He was decent. Yeah, he was decent. I like Missy better without Olynyk, but if Zion is out, they're both fine. Nick Richards is cheeks. Capella if you're desperate. Edie's minutes are all over the place. 12 minutes, 25 minutes, 20 minutes. You never know what you're going to get out of Edie. If Cat starts, if Cat plays, I think Edie's a little bit safer, but who knows. Plumlee if you're desperate off the bench. Jabari Walker, backup center to Klingen. He's an okay play, but they act like they don't want to play him either, so I don't know what to tell y'all. I think that's about it. I'm going to go on and get out of here. Let y'all get back to y'all Friday morning. Appreciate y'all taking time to watch the video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video, and I'll talk to y'all later. Ciao.